Hello, fuckos. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 20 of the Chris Hunter Comedy Podcast with me, Chris Hunter. It's good to see you. How the devil are you doing? You good? I hope so. I'm alright. I've had a nice little 3-day weekend there, a little cheeky bank holiday weekend, which was nice. It was nice to have a break for a little bit. I think 4-day weeks are the future. I think that's the way it should be from now on, please. It just makes more sense to have a weekend as 3 days, in my opinion, because then, you get to Sunday evening and you're like, oh, I'm sad I've got work tomorrow. And you go, oh, no, wait a minute. No, I've not. I've got another day off. And that's how it should be every week. But anyway, how are you doing? You good? It's been weirdly nice this weekend. Very nice, very summery-ish weather. And today, when I woke up, it was very summery-ish. I thought, cool, I'll just take a hoodie out. I'll be cool. I don't need no jacket to keep the cold off. But then, of course, it got to lunchtime. It was really nice. And then after lunch, it started pissing down. So I had to walk back to my car in the rain in just a thin-ass 9-year-old hoodie. That's not a hoodie made for 9-year-olds. It's a hoodie that is 9 years old. I got it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away known as Liverpool. So yeah, that's today. The weather, good place to start, know what I mean? But yeah, it was nice. A nice weekend. I got a little bit of work done. Not as much as I would have liked. But you know what? I'm learning some new methods. It takes time to learn this stuff, doesn't it? But I did get randomly invited to a barbecue at a friend's house, which was really nice. And I had a couple of yes man moments this bank holiday weekend. I decided, yes, you know what? I will go. And it was really nice. I got to see people I've not seen for ages. I got to have a little chitty chat with some old colleagues and some friends. And it was lovely. And the food, oh, my friend Neil, he can cook. Oh, it was jolly good time, nice company, nice garden, nice sunshine, and I wasn't cooking. Like normally if I'm outside and it's sunny, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to keep myself covered, but not this time. This time I was behind a tree, so I was happy as Larry. Yes, that was a giggle. I enjoyed that. I finally went to watch Avengers Infinity Wars in 4DX, and don't worry, there'll be no spoilers here, none whatsoever. But yeah, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a fitting conclusion, shall we say. I'm trying to think of ways of talking about it without spoiling anything. I'm not going to spoil anything, so don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm not a douchebag. Although I did see that, because it was nice weather, me and Charlie went to the local ice cream place. We have like an ice cream milkshake place by ours, which is really cool. But we don't go there too often because I'm already a tubby bugger. I don't want to add to the problem. But on the wall there, they have like a post-it note wall where you can write down, whatever you want pretty much within reason and stick it to the wall. So it can be like, I like ice cream, or Sarah likes Philip, whatever you want to write. And one of them was just a massive Infinity War spoiler that somebody had wrote on it and stuck it to the wall. And they'd even been kind enough to put in brackets, Infinity War spoiler. So, you can, if you hadn't already made the link, you soon can after that, which is kind of a dickish move to do. But you know what? It kind of made me giggle. I'm not going to lie. In fact, I took a picture of that and sent it to my friend Anthony. And I didn't notice till after I'd sent it that the sticker next to it said Anthony smells more. So there you go. Nice little double stinger for him there. I ended up in Maplin last weekend. Because Maplin is shutting down. So I thought I'll have a look at the sale, see what kind of stuff they got going on. And that was a mistake. That was a big old mistake. But it was good. We made a couple of investments, shall we say. Got a couple of things for the streams, got a new capture card and whatnot. But the biggest thing that we got, which has been years in the making, absolutely years in the making, is we finally got a projector. Yes! So, that means that now, at home, if we're playing games or watching films or whatnot, we can do so on the normal TV, but we can now do it on the projector, which makes it 95 inches, ladies and gentlemen. Which, I've got to say, looks really nice. It's surprisingly nice quality. It was a couple of £100 off, so we couldn't leave it there. Been wanted it too long to just leave it there. So, I think it'll involve a little bit of a sacrifice from the holiday fund, but you know what? It's worth it, because then any of the things that we get on holiday, like Blu-rays and whatnot, we can watch on this projector. See? Sensible thinking. Plus, Charlie made a good point, which I hadn't thought of, and it kind of helped solidify it in my mind that we should do it. She said, when we move to Japan, we can't exactly haul a TV halfway across the world, but we can take a projector. It's only in a little bag, and you're not supposed to stick stuff to your walls in Japan. The landlords don't like it, so you know what, we'll have plenty of bare walls to put the projector on. I like the way she's thinking. I think that I have to agree with that. Now, as you guys would have noticed, there was no podcast last week. I apologise for that. But there is one this week, as you can hear from the sound of my voice right now, going, hello. So, yeah, that means I've been to the burger place twice. Last week we had the amazing Avengers Shawarmageddon, which was really good. It's based on the shawarma scene from one of the Avengers films, the bonus thing after the credits. And it's really nice. I'd never had a shawarma before, but it was a chicken one. And it was on the burger itself. So it's a normal burger, then with a shawarma and chicken and whatnot. And it was tasty, definitely tasty. Again, I say it every week, not sponsored, but wouldn't mind it. Go to Cafe at the end of the universe in Warrington. They are amazing. They actually, I think they got a write-up in the burger version of the Lad Bible, whether it's called Burger Bible or Burger Lad. I don't know what it's called, but basically it's the country's biggest publication for burgers, and they were mentioning it very favourably, so that's always a good sign, isn't it? I like the fact that happened because they're nice people. And then last week's burger was a Day of the Dead burger. It's to celebrate the Mexican Cinco de Mayo. And that was really tasty as well. It wasn't too spicy, it was just nice and flavourful, I think is the word I'm looking for. And yeah, very tasty. Also, a bit of sad news last week, well, the week before, my God of War save got corrupted. No! Yes. I hear you cry no, but I tell you yes, it did. I had sunk some time into that game. It was beautiful, it's super inspirational, and stupid me, in my haste to go to bed on one night when I was quite sleepy, I flicked the plug off at the wall whilst the PlayStation was still shutting down. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please note, never do that. Never ever do that. I did it, and I thought, uh-oh, I've just broke my PlayStation, but I'm not going to check it, because if I check it now before bed and it's broken, I'm going to be fucking fuming. So I didn't check it. I waited until the next day when I went to play it, and then the PlayStation came on. I thought, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Then I tried to start the game, and it just constantly loops. It loads and shuts off, and loads and shuts off, and loads and shuts off. You get the idea of what a loop is. And I'm thinking, oh shit, I've broke it. So I had to, I backed up my save to the cloud, because I'm a smarty. And then I uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, and the game worked. Yay! But the game loaded and said, your save file is corrupt. A new one will have to be made in its place. And I said, oh, no. I have sunk about 16 hours into this, sir. Do you not know who you speak to? And anyway, it turns out, yeah, it's fully fucked. It's corrupt. So I had to start again, which I didn't do for a while. I had a little go yesterday because I had a day off. So I thought I'll do a bit of work for 2 hours, bit of gaming for an hour or so, bit of work for 2 hours. That's a good way of working. It keeps you motivated. And yeah, I did that. And I've now got to an area that I wasn't in last time. It's not that I've got further. I've definitely not got further yet. But I found a little side quest I didn't know about. So I'm kind of doing that at the same time now, you know. So yeah, that made me a bit happy to go back to it, I suppose. But yeah, so anyway, this is the point in the podcast where we have to take a moment to speak of our sponsors. So here they are. Are you a fan of Jane Jonah Jameson? Do you hate the Spider-Man? Well, have we got the eating establishment for you. Located at the base of the Daily Bugle building, the JJ Buffet has everything you could ever want. Even better, if you bring a picture of the Spider-Man, you get a free dessert. Okay folks, you've had your fun. Now on to the real advert. So, do you guys like games, board games or card games? Do you like geek culture and you want to hang out with other people who share the same passion? Well, if you live near St Helens or the surrounding areas, then you're in luck, because Bar Zookoid is a new geek and gaming lounge located in St Helens Town Centre on Clawton Street. They've got everything that your geeky little heart could ever desire. Games, food, drinks, events, you name it, they've probably got it. So, head on down to Bar Zookoid and have yourself some fun out of the sun. Okay, we are back. So, I went to the cinema last night, was it? The night before? I don't know. Some point this weekend. And we watched a film called The Strangers, Pray at Night. And it's the sequel to The Strangers, you might have guessed. That's that film where there was people in a house and they had masks on their heads or some shit and they were tied up. I don't really know. I don't really pay attention to this kind of film because this is totally a Charlie film. I was along for the ride because I was told there'd be jellies, and there was. So I was very happy about that. But anyway, it was one of those films where it says on it based on true events, and you're thinking, oh shit, that makes everything instantly a little bit scarier, because, you know, if there's some sort of reality behind it, then yeah, it's going to get creepy, you know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a bit odd. I didn't really like that much. But anyway, Charlie was looking later at some trivia, and it turns out that this film is based on true events. Let me give you the brief synopsis of the film, okay? A family are going to a campsite, like an RV campsite, because they're on the way to take their wayward daughter, to like a boarding school type situation. So they're going to stay with an uncle in an RV camp that he owns until they can, like a pit stop. I don't fucking know. They didn't really explain it much in the film. But anyway, they're there, and there's this sort of... There's masked loonies trying to kill them. That's it. Not exactly a deep plot. Not exactly a great film. But anyway, when they interviewed the director to say, what was based on true events, like what true events was this based on? He said, oh, well, there's a bit in the film where a girl knocks on the door and she asked for somebody. I'm like, oh no, this isn't that place. And she says, oh, okay, and she leaves. And he said, that happened to me when I was a kid, and that really creeped me out. And then that was it. That was all. That was the whole true events that it was based on. The whole hour-and-a-half film was based on that little knock on the door. And you're like, dude, really? You can't say that's based on true events. That was inspired by someone knocking on a door. That's it. Oh, yeah, and his other thing was, the Manson family was a big thing then. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, yeah. They go hand in hand. Perfect. You pleb. I mean, how can you put based on true events when it's not at all remotely based on the fucking true events? Anyway, yeah, watch it if you want. I don't care, but I wouldn't. It was alright, but it's not like I'll be writing home about it. You know what I'm saying? I was watching this thing about this woman. Right, there's a woman on YouTube that I've been watching for a few years now. A Japanese woman called Yuka Kinoshita, or Kinoshita Yuka. Depends how you want to say her name. And anyway, she's one of these big eaters. Like, she can eat so fucking much. Like, she eats like 10,000 calories at a time kind of thing. In fact, she's the only person I know of that's finished the giant gyoza challenge in Japan. And if you don't know what that is, just Google giant gyoza Tokyo, and you'll see like an abroad in Japan video, and they try and do it and they can't. But Yuka Kinoshita did it, and she ordered a beef curry afterwards because she wasn't full. I mean, dude, seriously. So anyway, on one of these Japanese TV shows, they did like a little test on her. They thought, let's see what it is that makes her be able to eat so much. So they checked. They got somebody who's of a similar build and stuff as her, but just a normal person, not somebody who eats, sort of big amounts of food for a living. And they put them both in the same test room, same everything, same conditions, and they give them 100. I think it was like 110 pieces of sushi each to eat. So they're tucking away, and obviously the normal person taps that after like 20. But Yuka Kinoshita finishes the whole damn thing, and then they check her blood, and they check her all X-rays and CAT scans and all this kind of stuff to see what's going on. And the doctor, they've obviously cut in an interview with the doctor beforehand, and they keep going back and forth with it. And he's saying like, oh, it's probably a blood sugar level. If the blood sugar levels are really low, then she won't get the signals to her brain saying that she's full, so she can just keep eating. Right, fair enough. That's a good idea. But anyway, they show you then they take her bloods afterwards, and her blood's gone from like, I think it's 107 to like 179. So it's had the opposite effect. It's absolutely shot up. So that's not it. Okay, so it cuts back to him going, well, if it wasn't that, then it's probably maybe the brown fat cells. Something to do with metabolism, blah blah blah. It wasn't that, and they're like, oh well, maybe it's sort of bypassing the stomach a bit and going into a lower upper intestine, so it's pushing it through a bit, and that'll be what it is. I'm sure that'll be it. If it's not that, I don't know what else it can be. So they're like, oh, okay, well, anyway, they have all that stuff, and when she's finished with the food, they can physically see that her belly's gone out quite a bit. But anyway, they run through the CAT scanner again. Now they're super full belly, so I wouldn't want to be here in that situation. But anyway, I digress. They scan her and all that stuff, and they show you the before and after. Before, okay, her stomach's there. Her stomach is a tiny bit bigger than a normal stomach, but only a little bit, like, a half inch or something. And anyway, then they cut to the after. And holy crap, right? If you imagine the stomach is about the size of your fist, right? And it's like sort of under your heart-ish, I think. So it's not very big at all, is it? If you look down at your body, put your hand against it, it's not very big. Her stomach had swollen to cover basically her entire, like, body shape. The upper torso-y bit was completely covered. All the organs had been pushed backwards by the stomach. And it increased to 66 times its normal size. 66 times! Man, what? I would love to be able to eat that much food. But at the same time, I'm really glad I can't, because I would be... if I'm tubby now, I would be super fucking humongo if I could have that much food in me in one go. Because I'd just sleep it off. But with that, our Japanese word of the week, this week is Ogui, which is Big Eater. It's that kind of competitive Big Eaters that they have in Japan, and quite often they're women, which is really strange. It must be something to do with the. That's not like a sexist comment. Before you what are they called? Social justice warrior bloggers start writing in and complaining at me. I'm not saying women are weak. I'm saying that it seems odd in that field for it to be these petite Japanese women who can just belly everything. So there must be some sort of biology there. I don't know. But either way, I find it fascinating. So yeah, that's this week's Word of the Week. And my recommendation this week is a podcast that I found before. Earlier today, I found it quite useful. It's called the Learn Japanese Pod. And you know what? It's really good. It's just two people having a chitty chat, and it's done really well. It's not stale. It's not stagnant. I've tried Japanese Pod 101 and all that stuff in the past, and I didn't get on with it. But this one, it seems a lot better. It seems a lot more enjoyable to listen to, and they have the information from each podcast on the screen for you as well if you listen to it on your PC, so you can read along and whatever. So yeah, there you go. That's handy, isn't it? So that's me for this month, week, whatever. Remember, guys, if you've got any questions or queries or comments, send them on to me on my social media platforms. I am, what am I now? On facebook.com/Chris Hunter Comedy. I'm on Twitter @ChrisHunterCom, which is short for comedy. I'm also on Instagram and YouTube. You just type in Chris Hunter Comedy and I'll come right up. Don't forget, if you listen to it on iTunes or whatever, please drop me a rate or subscribe or whatever, just so I know who's listening, because I don't get any stats. So that'd be very beneficial for me. And it would also help me climb the ranks a little bit in the comedy podcast section. So thanks a lot for listening, folks. I hope you have a belt of a week, and I'll see you lovely, beautiful bar stools next week. Bye-bye.